And I'm back for another video. How you doing there, everyone? Tim from LoudMouthTim.com. Home of online video, the internet's longest running web series in internet history. Now, today's topic is about stupid vehicle modifications. I've been seeing these kind of things on cars for many years now, and I really hate them. Now, I know what you're going to say, Tim, it's their car, they can do what they want with it. Yeah, it is, fine. But you got these people who spend their whole paycheck or their whole tax refund on certain vehicle modifications, and what have you got to show for it? Where is your return on investment? How is this going to make your car or your life better? Answer, it isn't. Some of the things that really, annoy me: tinted windows, loud exhausts, big wheels, and cars that are slammed down to the ground so low that they have to have the tires tilted in like this to get the tires to fit under the fenders. And even then, there is about that much room. If they hit a bump, the wheel is going to hit the fender and grind the tire off or dent the fender or something like that. Now, tinted windows. Why? Does this make you cool in some way? No, it doesn't. All it does is make the cops nervous. Oh, you're trying to hide something. What don't you want us to see in there? And that makes you more likely to get pulled over, if not for the fact that dark tint is illegal in a lot of states. You give them a reason to pull you over by having a dark tint, even if you're doing totally nothing. So dark tint, it's stupid. Don't do it. It draws attention. If you're trying to keep things quiet, keep things secret, don't do it. You're attracting attention. Now, loud exhausts. You got these fart tip mufflers here. It was real popular back in the early 2000s with the Fast and Furious movies. And I've seen it on a lot of cars that have no other modifications whatsoever. Some guy's driving around in his Honda or Toyota, and it's a completely stock car, except for a real loud, annoying muffler. And, and I can understand making the car sound a little better. Well, it's one thing to make the car sound a little better. Another thing to hear, and he's going like an 18-second quarter mile. And it's just all noise and no go. Another thing to mention here, all of the fancy chrome and things people put on their in their engine compartment, chrome valve cover and a chrome battery hold down and chrome fittings on all the hoses and cables and stuff. I go out to a local drag strip once in a while. I've done it for many, many years. I don't go much anymore, maybe once a year. But for a long time, I would see some kids out there with their Honda Civics or Toyota, whatever's out there, with the hoods open, waiting for their turn to run. And I would always ask them the question, how much faster does the chrome make it go? And I'm thinking, you stupid idiot. What is the point of all this chrome? It may look nicer to you, but no one else driving down the road can see it. And even if they could, they ain't gonna care. So that's just a waste of money. Yeah, if you got a show car, maybe you might want to have a little fancier. But that's about it. Now, other thing, like the whole body wrapping thing and all the fancy graphics in the car. Okay, you want to make the car look a little better without all the cost of having to repaint the entire thing. Well, from what I understand, this whole body wrap thing gets pretty expensive too. And okay, repaint the car, change the color, fine, I can understand that, but don't get too crazy with it, because what are you getting for all your money? And even if you do spend all that money and then something happens, the car insurance company is not going to pay you more. You have an $11,000 car and a $5,000 paint job. You're not getting $16,000. You're getting 11, if that. And insurance companies, they look for any way they can to cheat you out of the money as much as possible. So, oh, well, any other car, we would pay them $11,000, but in your car's case, it had this little modification on it, so we'll give you $7,000. Stuff like that. Return on investment. What are you getting for your $5,000 paint job? Is it worth it? Usually it's not. Now, things like big wheels on cars. Why? Why do you do this? It seems like the lower income the people are who have these cars, the bigger their wheels are. What does that prove? What does that establish? You spent $3,000 or $4,000 on a set of 22-inch rims for a totally stock car. It doesn't run any better. The handling is going to be worse. Those wheels could get damaged or stolen, and what do you get for your $4,000? It looks a little different. It doesn't go any faster. It doesn't drive any better. It's stupid. And then after you pay for the rims, you got to pay for the tires, and they're real expensive too. So, no. Big rims, no. And then you have the people who want to slam their cars down to the ground, and it's so low that they have to have the wheels tilted inwards at the top just so the tires will clear the edge of the fender. That is just downright stupid. What? I know you're going to say, oh, if we lower the car, it's going to handle better. Well, your car is driving down the street at 30 miles an hour. How much more handling do you need? If the car is made for road racing courses, okay. But it ain't. You're in a parking lot at a Walmart. How much more handling do you need to get from home to Walmart and back? It's dumb. And for anyone who can't figure this out, it grinds the tires to pieces. You got one little corner of the tire tread touching the road, and what do you get? 5,000 miles out of a set of those tires? Oh, boy. One thing I've always said from way back in the early episodes of my web show, there are a lot of stupid people in this world. And people who put all this kind of money into all these stupid modifications in their cars, just absolutely ridiculous. Make the car, if you want to make your car like a race car, make it so it goes fast. Don't make it so it just looks fast, and your average Ford can beat it because you didn't put any money into the speed performance parts. So, see, this is why the lower class of society is the lower class. They don't have any financial education. They don't understand if you spend your money on this, you're going to get that, versus investing it in some other way, or do I really need to spend $4,000 on a set of rims for my car when it already has wheels on it? Stuff like that. Alright, anyhow, that's enough for this episode. Don't do dumb things with your cars. Oh, and I almost forgot. Wings. Back in the early days of the 2000s and the Fast and Furious movies, they all had the big racing wings on the back. Yeah, so when you go on 150 miles an hour, the back end will stay down on the ground. Fine. But when you're, putting down the road to work and back, do you need a wing on the back of the car? I know somebody who has a gray Chevy Cavalier. This thing couldn't even get up to 110 miles an hour, probably. Do you need a wing? This is the stupidest thing. Oh, man. Well, anyhow, spend your money wisely and think about these things before you go blowing all your money on stuff that's going to get you ultimately nothing.